Admirer of a Lustrous Girl. April 14, 1974 to February 14, 1975. Epilogue. A snapshot of typical village life with Joan's aspiration to buy football kits for the club. A local village girl named Joanna who can make designer paper bags for shopping centers, and a boy from the neighboring village, Julio, who owns a Matador taxi, help him achieve his goal. The story. 1974, the Easter holidays. Joan and his dog Baga made their way up the mountains, skipping from rock to rock. Staring out, he could see Lake Pátzcuaro below him. He breathed deep and scrambled up another rock. Joan liked it up here, near the abandoned buildings, where he could finally let his thoughts fly around him and daydream in the sun. But today, the buildings were not abandoned. Joan heard panting and heavy breathing. A girl moaning like she was in pain. He pulled himself up to another rock face and peered in the broken window. A boy and girl were inside, wrapped around each other, naked, like they had been swimming. Joan could see them moving, sweating, grabbing at each other. He might have only been 11 years old, but Joan knew what was happening. He scrambled down the rocks and tried to run away, but Baga barked at him and sent a noise through the whole mountain. The girl raced to the window and stared outside. Joan froze and looked back at her. Dark hair, like onyx gems, blue eyes like a cloudless sky, and soft skin like milky caramel. Joan had never seen a girl so beautiful or quite so naked. A boy came to the window as well. Joan ran away. "Wait! Come back!" But Joan did not stop. He ran all the way home, put Baga outside and swore that he would not tell anyone what he had found. But the next day, when he came home for lunch, his mother said, "Where have you been all day? Joanna and Julio came looking for you. You should go speak to them. They might need something urgent." Joan did not want to go, but he could not explain it to his mother, not without saying what he saw. So tucking his chin, Joan set out to find the boy and the beautiful girl. He met them in the park and found, to his great delight, it was comfortable and easy to talk to them. Joan could not take his eyes off Joanna. And every time they looked at each other, she would blush a little. Just like him, he beamed at her, glad they had met. Her friend Julio proved just as nice, fresh and simple, like a strawberry off a tree. After that first awkward meeting, they became friends and met each other often. Joan took every chance to meet with Joanna and see her beauty. Even Julio seemed brighter when she was around, as though her brightness could reflect onto others as well. But Joan was unhappy. His goal was still to find new football kits for the club, and he was not closer than that first day in the mountains. So the next time he met Julio and Joanna, Joan squared his shoulders and asked them to help. The worst thing that can happen, he thought, is they will say no. To his delight, though, they agreed to help him. Without hesitation, Julio could travel to the city in his taxi to fetch the supplies they needed, and Joanna could make designer bags to sell at the market. They worked together. Julio could even pick up the football kits once they had the money. Joan beamed at his friends again, feeling a new sense of pride. "It is a good thing you met with us," Joanna said. "If you had run away, Like when you first saw us, we could never have helped you. That's right, Juan said. Opportunity does not knock twice. I could have missed it. Lesson learned. Opportunity knocks on most people's doors, but only a leader will hear the little sounds. Thank you for listening. We will come again with the next story.